The fastest Windows build just dropped, Tiny1125H2V8. Hey everyone, Neil here from Apidus. Tiny 11 takes up only about 6 gigabytes on your drive, yet it still comes with all the essentials. Microsoft Store, Windows Update, Defender, and the full Windows experience you actually need. No unnecessary extras, no bloat, just speed and simplicity. Stick around, because I'll walk you through the installation step by step, and also show you the Tiny 11 Creator, the tool behind this magic. Think of the Creator as your own Windows workshop. With one click on Build, it starts creating your Tiny 11 installation package. The process does take a little while, since it depends on your internet and storage speed, so it's best to let it run quietly in the background. Once it finishes, you'll have a brand new Windows image ready to install. And if you're a Velotic subscriber, you can skip the wait altogether. You'll find a direct download link waiting for you in the private Discord. Once your build is complete, it's time to install. Just open the Zeno app, load the setup file, and click Start Installation. From here, choose the drive you want Tiny 11 on. Make sure it's formatted to NTFS, and let the installer do its job. The best part? Tiny 11 installs right alongside your existing Windows, so your personal files, applications, and settings remain untouched. In most cases, the whole setup takes only a few minutes. When it's finished, restart your computer, and you'll see a new dual boot menu, allowing you to pick between your original Windows and Tiny 11 each time you power on. If that menu doesn't pop up automatically, no need to worry. Free utilities like Easy BCD or Visual BCD can add it back in just a couple of clicks. From there, you're all set to boot into a version of Windows that's cleaner, faster, and far lighter than anything Microsoft officially offers. If you'd prefer the classic route instead of Zeno, Rufus is still one of the most reliable tools out there. It's free, widely trusted, and has been the go-to choice for years. All you need is a USB drive, with at least 8 gigabytes of space to get started with a fresh install. Once you open Rufus, it'll prompt you to choose between UEFI and legacy boot modes. Not sure which one to pick? Don't worry, leaving the default option usually works fine. Worst case, your USB won't boot, and you can just reformat and try the other mode. If you want to be certain, you can always check your motherboard's manual or look up your system online to confirm UEFI support. One important reminder, Rufus will completely erase your USB drive. So before you begin, make sure you've backed up anything valuable, photos, documents, or files you don't want to lose. After the process completes, you'll have a clean, bootable Tiny 11 installer on your stick. During the actual installation, take extra care when selecting the destination drive. Choosing the wrong partition can wipe your data permanently. And don't worry about language limitations. You can always add more language packs later on. Finally, once you're set up, I highly recommend installing my app Velotic for that extra layer of optimization. It makes Tiny 11 run unbelievably smooth and responsive. Velotic is built for people who demand performance. It doesn't just raise FPS, it optimizes your entire PC. CPU and GPU settings are tuned automatically, junk files are removed the moment they appear, and hidden slowdowns are fixed in real time. With 500 plus advanced tweaks, you control every part of your system. Debloat Windows in one click, install apps instantly, unlock hidden hardware features, and manage power plans for maximum speed. Even storage issues are solved. Velotic compresses files safely, freeing up to 70% more space without deleting anything. This isn't a quick hack or a free cleaner. Velotic has been engineered over 3 years, tested by thousands, and updated constantly. At just $19.99, it's a one-time purchase that pays itself back every time your PC runs faster, smoother, and cleaner. If you want your system to run at full potential without effort, Velotic delivers. Once Tiny 11 finishes installing, whether you used Zeno or Rufus, you'll be taken straight to the desktop. But don't jump in just yet, because there's one essential step that really unleashes its full potential. Open the Configure app on your desktop and enable compression. This feature can drastically reduce disk usage, often cutting it by nearly 50%, all without any noticeable hit to performance. It's optional, but I strongly recommend turning it on. Compression does take a bit of time, anywhere from 20 minutes up to an hour, depending on your drive speed. It's a perfect moment to step away, grab a coffee, or let the system work in the background. When it's finished, take a look at your storage. Tiny 11 will now use around just 6 gigabytes. Imagine that. The full Windows 11 25H2 slimmed down to a tiny 6 gigabytes, something Microsoft would never ship themselves. And if you're curious how this lightweight build stacks up against bloated stock Windows 11, make sure to watch the benchmark and review video by HT. I'll link it in the description as soon as it's live. With Tiny 11 up and running, it's time to get online. Open the toolkit and choose the browser you prefer. Chrome, Opera, Edge, Firefox. Everything is neatly organized in one place. Finally, you're in control, instead of being limited to Edge, like on standard Windows. Before we continue, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. Drop a comment below to let me know how Tiny 11 is performing for you. I personally read every message and will be giving a shout out to 5 randomly selected thoughtful comments in an upcoming video. The Configure app even includes shortcuts back to my channel, so you can easily stay up to date with new guides and releases. For real-time support and community help, hop onto my Discord server. That's where troubleshooting actually works. You can share screenshots, get quick fixes, and even preview future Tiny 11 builds. YouTube comments alone aren't reliable for technical support, as many get flagged or lost, and complex issues need context to resolve properly. One last tip before you dive in. If any apps or games crash, open the toolkit, enable paging files, and restart. They're turned off by default to save space, but switching them on usually fixes crashes instantly. Now, what about drivers? Are they really necessary? The answer is yes, especially if you want your PC performing at its peak. Gamers rely on them for top performance, and features like multi-monitor setups, external displays, touchscreens, trackpads, or special function keys won't work correctly without the right drivers. In short, they make sure every piece of your hardware runs smoothly. With Tiny 11, you don't have to hunt online for drivers. Just open the Configure app on your desktop. Click Install Drivers, and the app scans your system, identifies what's missing, and walks you through installation step by step. In just a few minutes, your PC is fully optimized, ready for gaming, work, or everyday use, without the usual headaches of a full Windows setup. Everything is automatic, efficient, and keeps your system running fast and clean. Grab Tiny 11 25H2V8 via the link in the description. As a thank you to my loyal viewers, use coupon code APIDUS100 for a discount. After purchase, click Go to your items to access the Tiny 11 Creator. The coupon works in selected regions. If you choose to buy the $20 package instead, you get all OS updates and releases free for 1 year, plus exclusive support and perks. Velotic users already get Tiny 11 and future builds for free worldwide. I've spent countless hours making these tools fast, simple, and customizable. Like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. The faster this spreads, the sooner I can bring you the next guide. Thanks for watching. This is Apidus signing off.